Underdog Fantasy Pick'em. Let's get after it. Hey, happy Sunday morning. It's Craig Ben, aka Cash Cake, back with an Underdog Fantasy Pick'em video. Got 3 plays for you here in the Philly-New York game. It's the early game. Figured we give 3 picks here. That is a sweet spot over here at Underdog. If you don't have that account, you want to join along, use that promo code CashKeg and get yourself that 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Link is in the description below. And yeah, we'll just get after it. We'll talk a few plays. Kind of show you a few things we got going on over at Daily Edge Sports, and let's get after it. All right, as you can tell, we have the Underdog Fantasy Pick'em desktop up here. They have a sweet mobile app you can download as well. We're going to talk about 3 plays. I always mention this. That is a sweet spot over here at Underdog Fantasy Pick'em. The standard plays, always do 3. It's 6x. You're not going to find anywhere else better than that. And if I do 4 or 5 plays, I always hit the flex. So we're going to talk about 3 that I like in this first game. Again, show you a few things. One thing I wanted to mention, though, for you Floridians down in Florida, Underdog has launched their Champions product here. Champions mode, player-to-player format, and this is the Champions mode here. Again, it's player-to-player. They just launched it. Again, you can get access, and play this, again, using that promo code CashKeg and get you a match here and play that. If you're down in Florida, Ben Jones is going to play a little Underdog. They just launched this this week. Again, that player-to-player format down in Florida called the Champions mode. So got that. Again, if you want free access to all of our tools that we have at dailyedgesports.com, you can do that as well if you are a first-time depositor. Not just Underdog, but these other ones that we have as well: PrizePicks, Parlay Plays, Sports Quack, Sleeper Dabble, Better, and Chalkboard. All will be eligible for a free month of dailyedgesports.com. And with that, again, you get all these tools, and we got 5 of them for Underdog here. I got the Underdog projection EV tool pulled up, but we got regular plus EV. We got the Elite Edge tool when they do put up, field goal attempts and stuff like that. And then we got the Rivals tool and Scorcher. So you get all this with your Elite package. And again, head on over to dailyedgesports.com to check that out. And then one other thing I want to say, we've been sweating out earlier this week. It's been a lot of fun. Head on over to playback.tv /CashKeg and join this. It's free to join. You can come in here. We can watch live sports together, watch live NBA, kind of talk about the games a little bit and give out some plays as well, which is kind of fun. So if you want access to that, you want to join, again, head on over to playback.tv /CashKeg. Maybe we'll get in there, give out some live plays, and just talk about the NBA game. It's a lot of fun to sweat. So I'll put the link in that in the description below as well. And let's just get after it and have a good time. So back to the plays. Again, we got 3 plays for this early game that we're going to talk about. 2 on the Knicks side, 1 on the Philly side. The Philly side, I really like the 9.5 first quarter points. I think he's going to come out strong. I think it's around the odds out there are like -125. But moving to 10 is a little hard to handle here. They've had quite a few days off here to rest up. That knee for Joel Embiid, he is questionable. I still think he plays here. So I'm not going to touch that. I'm actually, the one Philly play I'm going to actually like is Tobias Harris, lower than 11.5 points here. Now, I know that is super low of a line. I get it. And he could clear this at any point in time. I completely understand this. But it has been absolutely the Embiid Maxey show, 100%. In the series so far, this series against the Knicks, he has only put up 7, 10, and 8 points. And the shot attempts have only been 7, 11, and 10. So not a lot of shot attempts here. The line opened up at 12.5. It's already, again, got pushed down to 11.5. And, I still think it's too low here. It's just one of those things where he's not getting the volume here with Embiid And Maxey, now if Embiid were to sit, this line is complete trash. I would go higher all day long. But as long as we think Embiid is going to play, it's just been him and Maxey. They've been playing so much ISO. It's just not a spot where I absolutely love them. So I'm going to take a shot at taking the lower 11.5 points for him. If you feel a little bit nervous on it, I understand. Listen, the line's already moved a full point down from this. But I completely understand with just the volume that he's been getting, and he hasn't hit it in all 3 games in the series. Now, if we go up and look at some of the plays that I like for the Knicks side of things, I think you got to look at Jaylen Brunson higher than 7 assists here. If we come over to our tool, Knicks, looking at one of the highest plus EV plays, minus 179 at higher, 6.5 assists for this. And we get a projection for 7.31. So, again, you get access to this with your Elite subscription. And, not massive. The line's moved to 7, but you have to like it for Jaylen Brunson here at the 7 assist number. If we kind of look at, the last 10 games, he has hit or cleared this in 8 of his last 10 games. And then we look at head-to-head matchups, same kind of thing here. He's hit or cleared this in 8 of his last 10 games as well, going up against Philly. So, I wish we could have got it at 6.5, but I still think there's some value there at 7. I don't mind taking a shot at it. I really like the rebound and assist line, but they don't have it up here, of course, because it's one of the better ones that's out there. It was at 11.5. If you want to go take that out at one of the books out there, I definitely recommend taking a shot at that at the 11.5 number. Again, but 7.5, I don't mind it. And then the other one we're going to look at on the Knicks side of things, we're going to come down and we're actually going to look at Isaiah Hartenstein. Now, I looked at the injury report early this morning for this game, and Mitch Robb is still questionable with that left ankle sprain. And if he were to sit, it's even going to be better for him. But even if he was going to play, it has been the last 2 games in the series. Hartenstein has been the guy, 30 and 26 minutes in the last 2 games. First game, only played 18 minutes. Played Mitch Robb kind of pretty heavy that game, but it's been back to Hartenstein here. And if we kind of look at, at the tool a little bit with Hartenstein, minus 135 on the over at the 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And but that's not what I really like. I like the points, honestly, at 8.5. If we look at the last 2 games where he's played 30 and 26 minutes in this series, he's had 14 points in both of those games, which you like to see. And field goal attempts at 8 and 12. He's going to get everything around the rim. That's where he's going to be. I think a lot of that has to do with Joel Embiid of kind of, being more on the offensive side of things and, not playing, fantastic defense. And that needs not helping him any at all. And again, he's going to shoot really high percentage because a lot of his shots are right at the rim, push shots right at the rim. 7 for 8 that second game of the series, and then 7 for 12 the last game. Putting up 14 points both those games. So, again, you like to see that. And, again, as long as he's going to see around that 26 to 30-minute mark, which I think he's going to, you have to like the 8.5 points. So, those 3 plays for you. Again, you get that nice 6X here over at Underdog Fantasy here. And, again, if you want to look at the flex, that's only when I'm going to play 4 or 5. I'm going to be living around this mark. So, again, there's 3 plays for you here. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. Glad to be back in the saddle. And, again, if you want more plays and action that we do have, head on over to dailyedgesports.com. We got you covered. Let's get after it. Enjoy your Sunday. Deuces.